Hi, welcome to Vaudeville Hippie, the channel dedicated to circus skills and poi spinning. My name's Sally, and if you are new to poi spinning, then you are in the right place because I upload poi trick tutorials for beginners. This video is for thread the needle. I will go through the technique, troubleshooting, variations and transitions. So stay tuned and let's get started. When we are learning thread the needle, there are a couple of prerequisites that I recommend. The first thing is that you know how to do the butterfly. I do have a tutorial on the butterfly, so I recommend you watch that first, and when you're ready, pop back to this video. What you are looking to do is to ensure that you can spin your poi in opposites together time, transitioning to opposites split time. The only difference is that you're going to go from your hands to being apart, to then crossing one hand on top of the other and then switching. As you do this, there will be a slight soaring motion. So one arm soars forward whilst the other arm soars back, so on and so forth. Now, what will make this trick a little bit more difficult is the fact that you have the poi heads to take into consideration and watching where the space is opening up. Now, to get used to that, I recommend you start with one hand. Okay, so you start with the bounce that we talked about in the butterfly move. Now, your cue point is when you feel the poi heads coming over and down, that is when you want to be moving in. To make it easier, maybe slow things down. So as it's going down, 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 that's when I go in. Now with the butterfly, you continue to maintain that bounce, but as I said, with thread the needle, you're going to be swapping one over the other. So just with one poi head, so we bounce and immediately you don't stay, your hand doesn't stay in position, it needs to continue forward as the momentum of the poi continues on its circle and the wrist that is underneath needs to pull out. So one going forward, one coming out, and then you repeat that motion. So. And if it helps when you're starting, you can really exaggerate that move and that will give you a bit more time, hopefully, for the poi heads to pass. Once you have practiced that on both hands, getting comfortable with that motion and navigating the poi head, you can then apply it to both poi heads. Troubleshooting then, with thread the needle, there are a number of things that could go wrong. The first thing is that possibly your arms or hands are too close together. So if your poi heads are constantly crashing in the middle, separate your arms a little bit more. The next thing that you can try is really exaggerating when you bring your arms over. It will look very silly, but it might just give you that space, and as you get used to the momentum, you can bring your arms together and so your wrists are literally just jumping over each other, because that's really what we want. The third thing you need to try is make sure you're moving your torso. If you're rigid, it is possible to do it, but you'll find it a much smoother transition if you are swaying with your torso. So in our warm-up, we did some moves that helped us to practice loosening up the torso. The other thing you can do is if you're spinning your poi really, really fast, that is going to cause you problems. So check in with the speed. You want a nice, steady, plodding speed to help you move your poi over each other and alternate with those arms being one on top of the other. Variations then. We started by doing our thread the needle with our poi heads spinning inwards. You can also do a reverse thread the needle, so the poi heads are travelling up and out. The same idea applies, although I do find this one a little bit more challenging. So this time we are looking for the space to be opening up at the bottom, so the poi heads are at the top of their circle. And I find when we bring I bring my right arm underneath my left arm, and there's much more of a scoop. So I come all the way down and then scoop it up. Okay. Another variation of thread the needle is to explore where you're placing your circles. So at the moment, our wrists are one above the other. So we can go underneath the arm or behind the head. Just explore different places where you can place the other hand. And with transitions, as I said, with our thread the needle, we can transition from thread the needle to butterfly quite comfortably. You can use your thread the needle as a means to turn from wall plane to wheel plane. The other thing we can do from thread the needle is temporarily split our poi apart. Perhaps the poi heads jump over the wrists and go behind the body, and then we can come back. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial on thread the needle for beginners. Please comment about your experiences learning thread the needle. What did you find easy? What did you find tricky? Is there any advice you need me to help you on? If you found this video useful, please like and of course subscribe for more poi related videos in the future. Till next time, see you soon.